What's up everybody's? Linnea is our next brand new Geo character in the upcoming banner. So today, we'll answer a few questions. What does she do? And should you pull for her? Well, here's your TLDR. Linnea is a 5-star Geo Bow character. She is a Lunar Crystallized support, does decent off-field damage, provides EM buffs for the team as well as Geo resistance shred depending on the moon sign level of the party, and is also a team-wide healer through her burst. She is a defense scaler with a crit rate ascension bonus. The artifact set most would primarily be running her on would be Orbat. Husk is situational if you're not relying on lunar reactions. You would be building her with a defense sense, a defense goblet, and crit stats on the circlet to balance out her build. Even though the EM stat is useful for her, you would want to primarily be focusing on crit stats in her build. Damage percent isn't completely useless for her builds, but she doesn't benefit as much from it, so do keep this in mind. For weapons, best in slot is her signature, no surprises there. If you are running her for heals like in Farina teams, the craftable snare hook is a good choice. Alternatively, a slingshot or a sharpshooter can be very good budget options for you to balance out the crit stats in your builds. So should you pull for Linnea? Let's get Zibai out of the way since she is the most obvious pairing. She will raise the damage ceiling of Zibai teams primarily by bringing her personal damage to the teams as well as providing heals, allowing for Harbinger uptime if that is the weapon of choice for your Zibai. The short answer here, since Linnea's primary function is to buff Zibai, if you have Zibai and you want to build on her teams, yes, pull for Linnea. Because even if you don't have Columbina for Zibai, Linnea is a solid option and would bring you one step closer to your premium Zibai. Not to mention, you will hate yourself less for not having Columbina if that's your situation. Zibai with only Columbina is expected to perform relatively similar to Zibai with Linnea and Aino. Do take note though, Hoyo would still find a way to cook your Zibai team, so you can't just rely on having one premium team to cover all content. For accounts that do not have Zibai, do you have Columbina or are committed to pulling her on her rerun? If no, do not consider pulling cause there won't be much that you can do with Linnea. Linnea wheelchair for other characters. Linnea with Hydro and Geo support, with Columbina as the on-field is kind of okay. Expected performance is slightly up to menacing difficulty in Stygian Onslaught as well as Abyss Clears. Linnea with Electro is a little bit sketchy depending on the speed of application of Electro. Inefa is kind of okay. Fischl could be a little bit too fast and mess up the damage of the Linnea pairing. For Geo carries, pretty good. Nowhere near Zibai of course, but still pretty good, possibly clearing up to Fearless difficulty in Stygian Onslaught depending on the investment level of your account. Ideally, you would also be bringing Farina, but a Geo support can work here as well to buff Linnea's damage instead. So this would be an opportunity to bring out your dusty old Geo toys to play again. Just a reminder here, do not attempt to run a naked Aino and Linnea pairing, as you will find yourself questioning your life's choices. Nouvelet, as always, seems to fit anywhere. It's a pretty decent pairing with Linnea as well, although I think older Hydro carries won't find salvation here. Looking at Nefer, you wouldn't want to be pulling for Linnea with the sole intention of upgrading Nefer, as she isn't a cost-effective upgrade. Though she does bring heals and an easier way to proc instructors compared to Sucrose, you won't be getting as much damage out of Linnea here as the Dendro would be taking up the majority of the Hydro element. But one main consideration for getting Linnea in this case would be that she opens up a path towards Geo solutions for your account while buffing your Nefer team in the meantime if you happen to be lacking in the Geo element for your account. And there we have it, your TLDR on Linnea. Will you be pulling for Linnea? Do let me know in the comments down below. We have come to the end of our video, and this is Hikatkomori signing off. Bye bye.